Hey everybody, welcome to Flame Tech again, and I'm your host Robbie Pence. Lately I've been noticing a huge spike in views to my de-googling video, how to download all of your photos from Google Photos. It's been very, very popular, huge jump. So I'm like, I can do better than that video. Not only is it out of date, it's just terrible, terrible quality. So, given that's the case, let's redo that and not learn only how to get all of your Google Photos, but all of your Google stuff all together. Further, let's turn this into a series. And before we get started, I just want to let you know real quick about all the free resources available on my website. To get there, it's truefla.me. There's no .com in this one, folks. There's all sorts of stuff on here. You have the free software list, and I mean that's really quite full. You have links to the subreddit, and in fact, there's links to YouTube right there. Take them right to my channel. So check it out, let me know what you think, and there'll be a contact option in the description box below. Hang on for the main video. Hey, sorry, you caught me in the middle of an update. Well, you made it, so let's hop right in here. And see, you saw my password. Oh no, it's ... Don't tell anybody. Alright, so to get started, we are going to get all of our stuff from Google. Okay. So you do here is you just search for Google Takeout. Whatever web browser you choose, and no, I don't really use Bing. And it's takeout.google.com. You sign in with your account information. I'm going to do that right now. Okay. So as you can see here, it just gives us a lot of options. We can download all sorts of fun stuff here. It really is everything, and then you start to get a grasp for just how much Google has on you. Whether or not you're concerned about that is up to you. I have come to believe, even though I was a huge Google fanboy, and still am to an extent, that having all your eggs in one basket at very least is probably not the best idea. And as part of this Decentralization Series, I'm going to go through not just getting away from Google. I think that's short-sighted. I think we need to think about getting away from all the places where our eggs could be in one basket. Don't just move to Apple, don't just move to Microsoft. It's not necessarily better. But whether it's privacy you're concerned about, or things getting hacked, or losing your data, any company can mess up. Any piece of hardware can mess up. So decentralization is really all about putting your eggs in multiple baskets, almost like when you're investing. You want to diversify your assets. Not that I know anything about that. But anyway, yeah. So what I get complaints about when I send people through this process is, wow, I can't actually do anything with some of this data. Like, some of these things come in JSON format, just formats that they don't know how to do much with. Now, unfortunately, that's just the rules of the game at this point. Google doesn't really have anything going for them when you export their data. But if they didn't have a way for you to export all of your data, there'd be even more privacy complaints, right? But because they don't have anything going for them, there's nothing in it for them to provide it in a user-accessible format. So at least some of these things are not really going to be useful to you once you export them. For instance, your Google Play movies and TV preferences, services, watch list, and ratings. Is that useful? No, not at all. I mean, really, unless you're a movie collector, an Excel file, which is CSV format sort of is, a spreadsheet file, is separated values. Completely useless. I mean, what about my movies that I got on Google Play? I have like 9 of them. What about those? Well, you don't get them. Same for, the Google Play music. You don't get your music that you uploaded. There's just a lot here that's not actually going to be useful. But before you get too disconcerted or depressed about it, the important stuff does come over. So Google Drive, for instance, you get your Chrome bookmarks history, other settings, etc. Let's see here. What do they do with the photos? The photos do come over in a mostly usable format. I mean, they're just photos. So, I mean, what are you gonna do with that? Let's see. There it is. Google Photos and videos from Google Photos and other Google services such as Google Plus, Blogger, and Hangouts. So yeah, I mean, we got stuff going on here, and that's useful. And let's just cover what they do with Gmail, because honestly, I haven't exported this way through Gmail. I probably don't recommend it depending on what they do with it. Let's see. Okay. Gmail. All the messages and attachments in your Gmail account in inbox format. Let's see what that's actually about. What happens when you click that? So it's a standard format supposedly for storing email messages. I wouldn't recommend probably even concerning yourself with your email that comes from Gmail, and you're probably like, wait, what? That's the biggest thing I want to have. Here's why I'm saying that. They have your messages already. The damage has kind of already been done. Nothing can ever be permanently deleted from the internet. What's important is moving forward with a new email service and having privacy from that point on. Because whatever format you get this in is probably going to be next to useless. The amount of email stored in most of our Gmail accounts is too much for an email client to really handle. Trying to migrate that to another service is probably not even reasonable. So what I recommend to people is you leave, no matter what service they're coming from, you leave your email accounts as is, and then just set them to forward all new email to your new email account. That's what I recommend. But as far as Google Takeout goes, we're gonna get our photos, we're gonna get our videos. You're also gonna get whatever else is on here. Again, not a whole lot else is useful. But here's where people get a little bit flustered as well. You have the next step button at the bottom, and it says you have different options. You can add it to your Google Drive, which is ironic. You can add it to Dropbox, which makes a little bit more sense. Add it to Microsoft OneDrive. Yeah, nobody has that much storage probably, and add it to Box. And yeah, that's Box. Okay. Send download link via email is the way to go usually. One-time archive is probably what you want. Zip file, and the archive size is 2 gigabytes. So any archives larger than size will be split into multiple files. Here is where people get a little flustered. As soon as you hit create archive, you're going to wait a couple hours, and you're going to start getting these links to 2 gigabyte files, or chunks of your files ready to download. The thing is, for some reason, maybe it's because they aren't actually getting anything from this, sometimes those archives are corrupted. You just can't open them. It doesn't work. But the good news is, you do this archive process again, usually the second or third try, it actually does download. Just to be clear, Google is one of the best software companies in the world. They could probably make this work. But the other side of them being one of the best software companies in the world is you can't expect this whole decentralization, de-Googling thing to really go smoothly. Let's get it out there up front. It's not going to go smoothly. That's what this video series is about, trying to make it as smooth as possible. But having all your eggs in one basket does give you the convenience of being able to sign in once at 1,000 different services and have all your stuff there. That's great. Downside is if you're somehow censored for some reason, or there's a glitch with your account, or you get hacked, or, Google, I don't know, something blows up in a fire, you lose all your stuff. Okay, it's happened. So, for those reasons, the benefits probably outweigh the cons for at least some people. I would say on the basis of just freedom of expression, freedom of privacy, it's probably worth it for everybody, but not everybody's going to do it, just like everybody doesn't back up their stuff. So, whatever your reasons are, that is how you download all of your stuff from Google. It's much the same process as covered in the last video, but I just wanted to go over it again in a richer format, let you know about all those other resources, and besides that, let you know about this new Decentralization Series. We'll see where it ends up. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Hey everybody, so I hope that video was useful to you. There's another great resource that I want to let you know about really early on in this Decentralization Series, because I'm mentioning it a lot. I partnered up with Integrity Computers, and they have agreed to help me out with some things. For one, you can get computers there preloaded with all the decentralization software that I suggest. All you have to do is ask. Two, they're the only place where you can really, as far as I know, get a computer that's an affordable value that actually has this software on it and no bloatware. There's no other place that does it. I've talked to them a lot. I said, hey, can we do this? And I know the guy who runs it. He's a friend of mine, met him in college. He said, you know what, Robbie, we can do that for you. So it's really nice. I mean, it's a niche service that gives you these privacy-based computers affordably. And I've talked to him about, if we get this successful enough, if you spread the word, if you subscribe here, go talk to him, go subscribe to his Facebook page, buy some stuff from him. He gives me a teeny tiny percentage or whatever he feels is reasonable because he's a friend. You know what? We might be able to start offering privacy-centric smartphones as well. And that's a big deal because there's very, very few players in that market. Right now, the only one I know of is the Black phone. I don't even know if they're around still, but they're super expensive and it's just, nah. So check out Integrity Computers at integritycomputers.org. I'm going to put that in the bottom of the screen. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, check out my website. Check out the subreddit. There's tons of resources on both these things. Once we start getting the community on the subreddit going, it's really going to be just a hive of information as well. Feel free to ask questions. One of the first rules on that subreddit is no question gets downvoted. We're all learners, right? Keep it family friendly, and I'll see you next time.